All right, welcome everyone. Really excited for our Real Stories of Health and Hope call tonight. Excited that you are all joining us, and really excited that if you're part of our Optimal Health community, this is something that is actually part of our support system. And so a lot of people on may be part of our community, and this is something that we do from time to time, and we love sharing stories. And maybe you are on and this is your first time joining us. So if it is, welcome. If this is your first time doing Zoom, please notice there's a chat box at the bottom, and we love to just visit. So really excited to highlight a lot of friends from actually up in Seattle, Washington tonight. And so we are going to just share stories of transformation, stories of health, and how you can have health in your life too. And it's just really a special community that we have. So welcome to the call tonight. My name is Dawn Chow, and this is my husband and I and our little daughter, Natalie. We're certified health coaches, and we live down in Portland, Oregon. And we're excited to just have you all join us. This is just a slide of our family. This is really my why. It is why we love to help people. You'll see the picture on the upper right, and that's my before and after. And that was 5 years ago in that blue dress when I started my journey. And I started to lose weight and get healthy. And I didn't realize exactly that starting my health journey and starting on what I thought was just a weight loss plan was going to absolutely change our lives. And so as you can see, this is my husband and our daughter. We love to be active and outdoors. We actually have the luxury of being home now with her, and we get to show her the world around us. We get to teach her things. And then this is a picture of my dad, and that's a really neat story there. He's actually the reason I decided to pay this gift of health forward and become a health coach. So 2 weeks into my health journey, he asked me if I could help him. And I said, absolutely. I would be honored to help him. And I also knew that I might be the one person who he would maybe listen to. So it was just a wonderful journey. He ended up losing 127 pounds, and we did this together. And now he is happy and he's healthy, and we have a 4-year-old daughter that he gets to play with. So this is just a kind of picture of our story and kind of my why and what's most important to us. So who's on the call tonight? So there are people actually from all over the country. And if you're on the call tonight, I just want to thank you for being here with us. You may have run across the link on Facebook. Maybe someone shared it with you. And if they did, say thank you to them, because that means that they care a lot about you. And just welcome to being here. So what we're going to do is we're going to share real stories of transformation. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring on our very first guest who's going to be speaking, and her name is Dina. So Dina, are you there with us tonight? I would love for you just to share a little bit of your story, really the story behind these beautiful pictures and this transformation, because pictures speak 1,000 words, but what we love to share is that journey that has happened from the beginning to now.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Dawn. Thanks for having the opportunity to share. I'm really excited to do that. So I guess to take you around the pictures, first you can see my before and after. My before was actually my oldest son's graduation. So it was a really exciting day. And then the second picture, my after picture there is my brother's wedding that just happened about a month ago. So I think you can see some of what my transformation looks like on the outside. The picture at the top is a group of family and friends. We do a lot of camping together, and for years we joked that we were the camping group with the eating problem, because we were always about what was the next meal. This picture we took to celebrate 9 of us had lost over 200 pounds. We looked at each other, we said, wow, that's a whole person worth that we're missing, and don't we feel great about that? And this was in July. We had an awesome camping trip with amazing food and a whole new set of activities and attitudes, and that was awesome. The bottom picture is me and my sister and then a family friend. We're doing what was for all 3 of us our first 5K. It says start there, but we were actually finishing there, and we were pretty proud of ourselves for being able to do that. So that was pretty cool. And then in the middle is my dad, my sister, my uncle, and me all four of us have now reached a healthy weight and are either in maintenance, maintaining that weight loss, or in transition, like I am, working towards that. So that's kind of the trip around the pictures there. So just to tell you a little bit about how I started with Take Shape, I started with a health challenge at work in the fall. I was introduced to that. That got me, interested and curious about, what this whole thing was. And I was also watching a coworker who was having a lot of success on program, and wondering if that was something that could work for me in spite of trying what felt like every weight loss program on the planet. So through the challenge, I met the person who would turn out to be my coach, Jen, and who, she waited patiently until I was ready to take a leap of faith, which I finally did in January. So she, helped me along for a couple months, waited till I was ready. I started in January 5th, and that for me will be forever kind of a red letter day of changing my life. So I remember very vividly within about 2 weeks of starting program, I was joking with my sister. I said, I'm going to have to get a hobby. I feel good and I have so much energy. I'm going to have to do something with this. And at the time I didn't know it, but that hobby would turn out to be health coaching. And then that hobby would turn out to be something really a passion for me, much more than a hobby of being able to help other people. So this year I've been able to, let me see, I started out before the challenge, before going on program, I was living with diabetes. I had been for a long time. I was taking a number of medications for that, for high blood pressure. And I say living with very specifically because I was not managing it, I was not controlling it, and nor did I really know how to do that. I had failed many times at that. So through starting the program, I've lost 75 pounds. I'm at a healthy weight for the first time in a couple decades. Medications greatly reduced, hopeful to end them all, but feel like now I have the knowledge, the tools, the support, and the conviction of how to really help myself and really manage and control my health and move my health forward. So, sleeping great, high energy, but I also, like I said, I started doing health coaching, and I really started because I'd read research that said if I did that, I was 5 times more likely to reach and maintain a healthy weight. And that got my attention because I really didn't want to do that part again. But I also had, similar to Dawn, family and friends that really needed this too. And I hadn't found anything that was so effective, so easy, and so practical, I guess, so doable. So that's what I'm really excited about, is the opportunity to talk with people about it, help people that are, interested in improving their health, find a great way to do it, walk with them, cheer them on. There isn't a day that goes by or a week that goes by that I don't hear from somebody telling me, hey, I had to get new pants, or, I went to this party and I made really great health choices, or I was able to do something for the first time with my kids, or my health or my journey. So I find that to be really inspirational. It really keeps me motivated and looking forward to helping myself and helping others as well.
Oh, Dina, thank you so much. That is such an incredible story, just from start to where you are now. I love what you said about having the knowledge and the conviction. I think that is really, something that's important, that this is really about giving us knowledge to really, better our health long term. And I love that it's just been something that natural progression of you taking care of your own health and, standing up for that. And look at the fun things, doing the 5K and your family barbecue, getting together. And I love this because I actually just got to meet your dad just before the Zoom started, and that picture of you and your sister and your dad's there, right? Like, isn't that so neat that you guys are doing this as a family? And that, and it's so fun getting to pay that forward to other people, because it really is, you get to celebrate with your friends and your family, and the text message, it just never gets old celebrating with someone else their victories. So thank you, Dina. Thanks for sharing, and honor having you as part of the family.
Oh, thanks.
It's beautiful. Absolutely. Well, next up, we have Miss Paige, who's going to come up and share a little bit about her story. And are you with us, Paige?
Yeah, sorry, I was enjoying so much. I was still muted.
That's okay. Well, Paige, take us on a little tour about your pictures and kind of the story behind your journey. I love when we got to visit the other day, and part of what I meant, put on your picture there is the energy and the focus. And I'm not going to steal your thunder. I want you to share your story, but oh my gosh, it's just been incredible hearing from you. And I love that you're getting to share tonight with all of us. So.
Thank you. You listen. You're a great listener because you captured the big ideas of the improvements that I felt in this picture. So the picture on the left is on the left side of the picture is me on June 4th, which was my birthday. And the picture on the right in the same outfit is me just this past weekend. So that, to me, that's amazing. When I look at what I looked like back in June, it's just kind of shocking. And but at the time I was deeply thinking about what am I going to do about my weight, and I hadn't made a decision yet. But Alice, who's coming up next, had put an idea in my mind that I was considering, which I'll talk about. So the picture on the right on the horse is Labor Day when I was visiting my mom in Custer State Park in South Dakota. So and that was a wonderful opportunity to go horseback riding, which is something I actually grew up doing. So, so in terms of my journey, pretty much since adolescence, my weight has been a concern, and I am plagued by genes, Eastern European genes, so very heavy family. Everybody's heavy, lots of Hungarian and Russian food, lots of sour cream and lard and pastries and goulash and chicken paprikash and carbohydrates, and that's the food that I grew up with. And I grew up with really not knowing how to manage portions or make healthy choices, and I spent a lot of time just mindlessly eating. And over the past 7 years, I've been a principal and an assistant principal in a school, and I know there are lots of educators on this call. So it's a super busy environment. So I pretty much got into the habit of putting my health and my well-being last, and didn't eat breakfast and would have lunch at 3 in the afternoon and grab something like a pizza for dinner on the way home because gosh darn it, I deserved it. I worked really hard. And so I was building up lots of cortisol. So then I've tried a lot of different programs over my life. The very first program I tried was when I was 21. I'm going to avoid naming the programs, but they're all the biggest ones. So I've tried all of them. And I yo-yo back and forth. And when I hit 210 or size 16, that's kind of my deal breaker. I have to do something no matter what it costs. So I've done, like I said, lots of different programs and lost weight and felt great about it, but didn't maintain it because I didn't really change my attitude about food or my mindset about food. And so back in May, right before the picture on the left was taken, I had hit about 210 again, and was starting to buy size 16s and feeling absolutely miserable. And my friend Alice, who's up next, was talking to me about Take Shape for Life, and I thought, okay, I'll think about this because I was thinking about another program that is also very popular right now. And basically, after a couple weeks of thinking about it, I decided to do Take Shape for Life, and Alice passed on Jennifer's phone number, and I called her, and it was just like connection at first phone call. The coaching aspect of Take Shape for Life is what really made the difference to me in terms of the program that I chose, because I know of myself, I really need external accountability. I get motivated by external accountability. So I started on July 6th. And I have Alice to thank for the motivation and Jennifer to thank for coaching me all the way. Digressing back a little bit, I just want to say, last fall, my doctor mentioned to me after I had my annual exam and I got my test back that I should consider taking a statin, and I was horrified. So I started thinking about this all a year ago, but didn't actually take action until July, which tells you how long I think about things before I do them. for better or for worse. And the issues that I was dealing with at the time was ongoing severe plantar fasciitis in my right foot, sleep apnea, just horrified at that, really low energy and fuzzy thinking, and really not getting any exercise because I was discouraged. I just felt like I was too heavy to actually move. And so now I've been on the program since July 6th, and I've lost 42 pounds, and I feel amazing. I have amazing energy, amazing mental focus, and improved sleep and happiness. I feel very joyful. So I think success breeds success and motivation. And I did decide somewhere along the line that I would love to pay it forward and coach, not only to help others and share, because, you know, when people see the change that you've done with yourself, they of course want to know what you've done. So it's very easy sell, to be perfectly honest, but people have to be ready for it. You know, it's not something you talk people into. They have to be ready. But also to hold myself accountable, because really the big deal is the change in attitude, changing your mindset about food. And so I don't want to fall back into bad habits when the first time I get super stressed. And my goal going forward is I want to start running with my husband, because he's a runner and he runs every day. And my two best friends from high school, who are like, you know, super tiny people, but big runners, I want to be able to run with them. My goal is optimal health and a healthy BMI, and I'm getting there. And I think one of the coolest things that's happened in the course of this program is that as I've shifted my focus away from food, it's been more on relationships with people. So when I'm going out to dinner with people or I'm going to parties, it's not like usually in the past when I walked in the door, it was like, I got to find the wine right now, and I got to find the hors d'oeuvres now, because that was my focus. And now my focus is I got to find the people, and I'll drink my sparkling water and be happy about it. And I just think at the end of the day, you really have to find the program that works for you, and Take Shape for Life works for me because of the way that it's structured. And I'm really excited about it and really happy to pay it forward. So that's my story.
Oh, Paige, thank you so much for sharing your story. Your story is beautiful. And I love that just in the last couple of days, I'm going to have to update that picture.
Yeah.
It's not good by 40. It's good by 42. And just amazing that when we chatted, the things that jumped to your mind and that you were so excited about was the energy and the mental focus and the improved sleep. You know, yes, you got to say, you know, no more sleep apnea, no more plantar fasciitis, but you're excited about the things that you're adding into your life, along the journey, like the horseback riding and the people and those relationships. So, and it is just natural to want to share that with our friends and family. So, thank you so much for sharing. And you just led me so beautifully into kind of the next couple little topics here. Because as you're out there and listening to this call, you know, this slide, what about you? And I mean, I'm kind of talking to the people who were listening and tuning in and just hearing all of this, maybe for the first time. But where are you at? You know, what is resonating possibly with what Dina or Paige has shared so far, or maybe what I shared with you and where you're at? Oh, I love it. Someone on their cell phone has found the paint function. So this will be fun because sometimes people paint circles around stuff on the slides. But anyway, so as we kind of progress through, we really just want to, you know, where are you coming from and what would you like to see happen in your life? And like Paige, you shared so beautifully, this picture is actually called the Golden Circle, and it's a teaching of Simon Sinek. And since there are a lot of educators on the line, y'all probably will know that. But really, there's a lot of what's and how's out there. I mean, I think we get what and how'd to death in society. I mean, there's a little pill for this and a shake for that and a shot for that. And Paige, just like your doctor was saying, you need to go on a statin. Well, that is a what and a how. And what we really love to talk with people about and really dial in is why. And Paige, just like you shared and Dina shared, you guys are really going for long-term optimal health. And your reasons are the little people in your lives, the family in your lives, the people, the things, the places you want to go, the things you want to do, and the life you want to ultimately live is healthy, and that's optimal health. So really when you dial into what your why is, the what and the how becomes so clear, because those don't, this program really helps you stay focused on what you're really going for. And then of course it is simple and it is fun, and we have such a great community that the what's and hows take care of themselves. Here is what I love to talk about, because what you're hearing tonight is a little bit of, this is what we call a trilogy of optimal health. And there's a thread that runs through health, and it's healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And so what you're hearing Paige and Dina talk about, what Alice is going to talk about next, and we'll have a couple more speakers share, is just really how wherever you come to this and just your next step, whatever that might be for you forward in your health, thinking about, healthy body. For me, I started with a really monofocus and healthy body. I wanted to lose 45 pounds. And I did. I lost 45 pounds in 12 weeks. And what came along with that was a lot less stress, which then gave me a lot more time for my family. And then being able to be a health coach and work with my husband and eventually work from home gave me even more, time to have that happy, fulfilled life, gave me a lot of meaning and purpose. I was a registered nurse for 13 years, so I had a lot of meaning and purpose, but to have that time with my family and to be, a force for good in the world and to actually help people get off medications besides just giving medications out, that was a big difference for me. So you'll just hear that a lot of these stories have a lot of these elements, and that we really like to look at health holistically. So we have a fantastic program, and it does have a weight loss component. And as you can see on this stepped diagram here, reaching a healthy weight is step 2. And then you get to focus on transitioning into a healthy eating plan for you, for your life, and then learning habits of health all the way through living a longer, healthier life. Like, we focus on longevity. We focus on what do you want to have in your life long-term, and not just a quick fix or a diet for a moment. Okay. So I love that even Dina started in January, right? Well, that's when a lot of people start resolutions. And I started kind of a resolution for myself, and it ended up being a lifestyle change. So that's really kind of the focus. And we have that here. So we have some tools for people. We have 3 tools. Number 1 is support. And the picture on the right does a really wonderful job depicting that health coach. That would be the person at the top, kind of reaching out their hand and helping that person kind of with a step up, coming up to where they want to be at. So the health coach is someone who celebrates and guides you along your journey. And then we teach the Habits of Health system, which is really about support for long-term health. And we have a community with doctors and nurses. We have awesome Facebook support groups. Many of you are probably in our wellness page on Facebook. And if you're not, connect with the person who invited you tonight, because you probably would love to be in there. Lots of healthy tips and recipes. And then we even have nutritionists and dietitians. And the neat thing is, your health coach is a complimentary guide to the program. So that is pretty amazing when you think about it. Here's number 2, which is the education materials. For all the educators on the line, the Habits of Health book right there is an amazing, amazing book that, 5 years in nursing school, and I wish that book had been taught there, because it was all the things that I knew but couldn't apply to my life. And so that's actually written by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's a critical care physician. He's also the co-founder of our program, Take Shape for Life, and just absolutely a visionary man who wants to really help impact not only the health of America, but the health of people across the world. And boy, he's making a really big impact, especially with all of us, and we're sharing it with our friends and our families. Right there, the Living a Longer, Healthier Life, that's our study guide. And I like to say, a page in that book kind of a page a day in that book keeps the weight away for life. But that's really how we apply it and help make it very, very tailored to each specific person. So the program's not a one size fits all. It actually is what's going to work for you. And we get to kind of work through that with you as your health coach. And 3, the Simple Fuel Plan, which a lot of people have questions about. And I was so excited when I found out that this was possible, because I had tried everything. I had tried prepping my own meals and going to the gym, before my 13-hour shifts at work. And actually what I wasn't doing well was fueling my body. And so when I followed our 5-in-1 plan, just like Dina and Paige have shared, the weight comes off. It's simple. It's fun. You get to have 5 meals, and then you get 1 practice meal called the Lean and Green, and we'll talk about that. And there's also other plans. There's a 3-in-3 plan. We have a nursing moms plan. There are lots of different plans. So again, it's tailored to you. But really, the concept is the same. You're fueling 6 times a day. You're getting balanced nutrition. It's healthy. It's a medically directed program, so you know that it's very healthy for you. I was happy that it tasted great, and there were lots of choices. So that is kind of neat. And the typical results are 2 to 5 pounds a week. So you see results, and you're seeing them quickly, and you're feeling great, which makes a big difference. And so here's just a little picture of like what a typical day might look like. But you get 5 meal replacements a day. They're grab and go for busy moms or for, teachers or nurses or anyone with a busy schedule, which we all have busy schedules, right? It is so nice to be able to just grab something and go and know your body's getting exactly what it needs. Your lean and green is like lean protein and 3 servings of a veggie. It's probably more than what you're having right now, which I was surprised. I thought I measured out my first lean and green and I was like, wow, I get to eat more chicken than that? That's amazing. So I was happy as a clam there. And then what I also loved and what my husband loved is that it is really cost neutral. So for me, at about $11, $12 a day, I was spending more than that on like my trip to Starbucks in the morning, and then something from the cafeteria at work at lunch was well over $16 for me. And I had only gotten 1 meal and 1 coffee and scone in. So you can see how I needed to lose some weight. But so anyways, I love that it's very cost neutral. You just basically shift your cost of groceries, and in the process, you're getting healthy and you're adding a lot of vibrancy and you're thriving in your life. So this is kind of just a picture putting it all together, but between the education, the support of your health coach, a community of people lifting you up, and just the simple systems, it is a program that is fantastic, and we have predictable results. So when someone's ready and they're ready to join us, whether they have weight to lose or they'd like to just improve their nutrition, take their health to the next level, we have something that's a fit for everyone. So when someone is ready to get started, they're always like, well, so what's the next step and what do I get? So I thought I'd put this in here. 1 month of program is about $346. You see that at the bottom, which averages out about $12 a day, which is basically, it is just for groceries, okay? 5 meals a day. That comes with a personal health coach, all of the program materials, and there's no shipping or anything like that. So that's what someone gets when they actually are ready to get started and actually follow me with a weight loss plan. And this is a fun little slide. This is what I call the ripple effect. But, people trust real people. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, yes, that's me in the upper left-hand corner. Not the best picture, but that was before our health games, I believe, last July. So what happened there is I started the health games and I joined as a member, and that's my picture. Well, I went home to Wyoming and I saw my friend Lori. She's the one in the yellow dress there and then, making the rock star. And Lori owns a Zumba studio in Wyoming, and she shared it with our other friend, Abby, who's right there in the cowboy hat. Well, Abby shared it with her friend, Andrea. Andrea shared it with her friend, Julie. Look at her beautiful before and then after at her wedding. And then Julie shared it with her friend, Shauna. So that one decision to join a health games and then to get healthy and then me going home, do you see the ripple effect? I mean, it rippled through the communities all the way across, I'm in Oregon and these ladies are all in Montana and Wyoming getting healthy. So the ripple effect of people seeing you get healthy and then just naturally wanting to do it themselves is so incredible. So here is one of the things that I love that both Paige and Dina have just mentioned a little bit is the refer or pay it forward program. So either is amazing and you can be part of either one you want. And it's just so natural that most people do decide to pay it forward because as health coaches, we aren't experts. We aren't, you don't have to go to school to become a health coach. You simply have to have a desire for health in your own life and love the people around you enough to reach your hand out and say, we'll do it together. So it's natural that a lot of people decide to pay it forward. And anyways, I love that Dina and Paige both were just like, and it just was the next step. I have to do a disclaimer though, not everyone has to be a health coach. I want to invite Alice on to visit with us and to share her story because this is just really cool. We were just visiting a little bit about the pictures on here before we started the call. Alice, are you with us?
I am, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, go ahead and share a little bit about the story behind these awesome pictures that are up here.
Okay, great. And thanks for having me tonight, by the way. So I began this journey actually in May. The picture here in the middle with my cute little beautiful daughter and myself, I'm in the pink. was taken in April for Mom's Weekend. I was visiting her at her college, and we had a great night out. We went to dinner. She wanted to have a picture after dinner, and so we had a picture taken after dinner together. And then I saw that picture, and I felt awful about myself at that point in time anyway. I wasn't sleeping well. I just didn't feel good. And then I saw this picture, and I was thinking to myself, now I know why I'm not feeling well. And so I knew I had to do something. Off and on for years, I've been trying different things. So I might be really strict with what I was eating, eat really healthy food, be consistent about something that might be a plan. And I would do that for a couple weeks, and I would see a little bit of results, not a lot of results. I would work out really hard and maybe lose like 5 pounds. And then maybe I lose 8 pounds, but then I would stop doing what I was doing, because it's okay to have, everybody's having pizza, I'll just have a piece of pizza tonight. One piece isn't going to do me harm. And really, I just would slip back into old habits. And so the picture on the right actually was just taken this past Sunday. And I've lost 43 pounds now. And I'm more than the pounds, and I think that that's the hard part to explain sometimes. More than the pounds is how I feel just health-wise. So after starting the program, I did begin the 5-in-1 program. And after starting the program, within a week, this actually is funny to me, but my husband, I said I was sleeping better. And my husband said, well, you've stopped snoring. And I was like, what? I mean, he always told me I snored, but I was like, really? Okay. And so I had stopped snoring, and I was sleeping better, and I was feeling better, and I had tons of energy. And that was just first step, first indicator into how my life was going to change for a difference and a long term in terms of some healthy habits. And I am a principal, like Paige had shared. Paige and I actually work together. And one of the challenges in a busy day as a principal is you never know when somebody's going to need your help in the hallway. Maybe a student is having a hard time. You had planned to eat this great salad for lunch, but now you're not even going to be able to eat any of that lunch. And so for me, the 5-in-1 plan was really good, because I could pick and choose and think about my day. I could choose a shake for breakfast. I could choose a bar, knowing I was going to be in a meeting. And I could choose, something little snacky that was easy if I was going to be somewhere out and about, or if I was going to be able to actually have some warm kind of snacks. I could have some oatmeal, or I could have mashed potatoes. And so it really worked for me to be able to be consistent and do the 2 to 3 hours a day meal times. And through the course of this process, I really have learned that one of the most important things is that fueling of your body. So the times where maybe I end up being like late in the evening and I'm too tired, and maybe I don't have a snack, my last meal, or maybe I do, I've really learned that I actually really need to do that. And the amount of protein that I'm eating in my lean and green, really, I can tell when I have the proper nutrition, because my body feels better. And so some of those habits that I've been learning are around thinking about food as well. So when you go to a meeting, sometimes people think of the meeting as, they're serving lunch today, and that's the perk of going to the meeting, right? And that's been a shift. Now I go to the meeting and I know that it doesn't matter. Nobody's keeping track of if I'm eating that lunch or not eating that lunch. If it doesn't meet the parameters of what I want for my lean and green and to stay healthy, then I choose not to have that, and I make another choice during that mealtime. Maybe I go and meet with somebody else, or I have to make some phone calls, or I do some other things. So I don't have to feel like I'm missing out on anything, and I've really just changed my thinking around food and what food is about. So I know that I'm going to be successful in maintaining this. I have a little bit more to go in my journey. My goal was to get to a healthy BMI. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting closer and closer. And I'm really excited about making that transition. And with my coach, Jen, she's sort of been talking me through some of those concerns as I get ready to leave being on the 5-in-1 plan and moving to a next step of transition and maintenance. So I'm looking forward to that.
That is awesome, Alice. Thank you so much for sharing. And I just love, I love that this is a picture of you and your daughter. And when you shared it earlier today, people were like, they thought you were your daughter. They had to take a double take. Like, wait, what? You do look younger and just happier, and looking at the smile. It's just nice to know that you're really feeling good about yourself and confident, and sharing it with others, and just really focused on kind of having this holistic picture of where you're going, and that confidence of knowing that you can do this.
Yeah.
You have a whole supportive community around you. Well, thank you, Alice. That was absolutely fantastic. And leads me into kind of just talking a little bit about, this is about, organizing your life around what matters most. And I love that everyone who shared so far has shared a little bit about that. There is no easy button. There is no perfect in life. And really, when we just focus on what matters most to us, and we are, following that, it's natural to want to share it with others. I mean, I love that now my husband and I get to work from home. We get to have our daughter here. That's what's most important to us, is sharing this life and those freedoms with others, with our friends, with our family, focusing on our healthy body and our healthy mind. And, if we look around us, people are struggling in many different areas, whether they're struggling in their health, they're struggling with the stress, or just the weight of life kind of sneaks up on us, or their healthy mind is not where they'd like it to be, or their finances aren't where they'd like them to be. So when you look around, you see what the world needs, and then we have something that we're so excited about, and we want to pay it forward. So it's like where your passion meets your mission, meets your profession. It just all comes together in really what Take Shape for Life has to offer, which is the full trilogy. So I love that. Thank you, Alice, for sharing just what a fun journey it's been for you. And okay, here's a sneak peek, guys, because I know some of you hopped on to see what is Take Shape for Life, and what if I did decide to pay it forward? What does that look like? We don't talk a whole lot about that, really. We don't talk a lot about the money side of it, at least. We talk a lot about reaching our hands out and helping others. But I just wanted to give a sneak peek here about what it looks like if, for example, you were to simply share this with 5 of your friends or family members, right? So that would be what we call a senior coach. And what I love is that 58%-ish, right down here where you see the star, people who become health coaches and share it with 5 or more of their friends or family, almost 60% are making an income of about $8,000 extra dollars a year, which that is amazing, because I know that I couldn't have gone to my boss and asked for an $8,000 a year raise. And I know that I couldn't have gone and said, hey, I'd like to just have fun, share something I love with others, and cheer them on and celebrate a lot. And by the way, can you pay me an extra $8,000 for that? So what I like is the fact that this is just so natural and fun, that we all have 5 people around us who would love to feel better and to get healthier in any of those areas. And it's just natural. They're probably just waiting for us to say, hey, do you want to join me? So this is a little bit about what it looks like. And then you can see it's kind of a stair step up there as you help more people. And the very bottom one, which is about 30% of coaches, are making around $33,000 a year. That's nearly a full-time income. And it is a full-time income in many areas of the country. And that is incredible, because that's usually where maybe one person can come home from a job, like as in our case. This was just a few months after Brian and I started helping people. Actually, I started helping people in my spare time at work. And this happened pretty quickly. And so my husband was able to come home when our daughter was just 8 months old. So that was really special for us, and that was a neat place for us to be. And then the one thing that we don't talk about as much is, like on this slide, it's not depicted, is the leadership and the personal development. Because in Take Shape for Life, leadership and personal development is something that it's just amazing. It's something that I've never gotten in any other area. We just came back from about a week spent up in Sundance, Utah, And it was all leadership development and personal growth and just really learning to be, the person that I want to be. And so it's just amazing that that's something that we have with this company. I would love to bring Jen and Casey on. So we've heard about them off and on throughout the call, as everyone's kind of mentioning. Jen and Casey are also up in the Seattle, Washington area. And really, the beautiful thing is that Dina, Paige, and Alice are here because Jen and Casey decided to pay it forward. And so Jen, Casey, can you guys come off mute and just share a little bit about your story and behind some of these beautiful pictures?
Yes, thanks, Dawn. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, it's going to be really hard to share after Dina, Paige, and Alice because their stories are so inspirational. But a little over 2 years ago, I went on program. We had just had our second child, Sydney, and I was having a really difficult time dropping the baby weight that I gained while being pregnant with her. I was feeling pretty miserable. I remember mornings I didn't even want to get out of bed because I knew I had to look in my closet and just put on the same pair of pants that fit me. And so I was just like rotating 2 pairs of pants around, and it was pretty depressing. So my good friend shared with me about Take Shape for Life, and immediately got started, and it was the most amazing thing I had ever done. It was really easy. I immediately had increased energy. I felt great. I felt happy, and the weight just came off. And I was sharing it with everyone, and I was super excited about it. So when I decided to become a health coach, I was excited about sharing it with people around me, and one of those people that were important to me was my dad. His picture's on the slide right there. And so I just always think back to if I had never decided to do that, my dad and a lot of people in our life, our friends and family, probably would be in the same situation that they're in now and feeling the same way that they are now. So I'm very grateful that I started health coaching. And one of the things I'm excited about now as a health coach is, Paige touched on this a little bit, was developing relationships. So down at the bottom is Casey and I with some of our health coaches at a training. And we are just enjoying our life now, sharing with everyone the possibilities that could happen in their life, and being able to coach other friends and family and referrals from people who are being successful in program, and hearing their happiness and their joy that comes back in their life from what they're doing is amazing. So that's a little bit about me and why I started and what I'm excited about now. And I'll let Casey talk a little bit.
Yeah, I know for me, watching Jennifer start program beyond the Take Shape for Life program, it affected our family almost immediately because by default, we basically started eating more healthy, right? So I know personally, I struggle sometimes with stress, work or, going through life. I also had, say, stomach problems and dealing with stuff like that. But once we started eating more healthy, a lot of that just started going away. I was sleeping better. At work, I would feel sharp. I mean, I felt like I was there where I needed to be. And, just having more access to my thoughts, it was a life-changing change to make there, just from, say, diet and sleeping habits. And then last summer, Jennifer took me to a Take Shape for Life convention. And I have to say, being amongst a community, a group of people that have such a passion for life, that really touched me. And I think, like Jennifer said, Paige, said it well, and the focus on people, just having that in your sights is something that is really important to me. Like, that's what life is about. It's about people, it's about relationships. And that's just something that has always been there for me. So, to take that coaching step, that's really my favorite part about the whole thing, is talking to people about what they want to do, what they want to be, and just helping them get that success and make it there, because it's real, and it comes from their heart and from within, and so that's a real connection that you can make with people, and I've really enjoyed that myself.
I love it, you guys. No wonder you guys are helping a lot of people get healthy. You can just sense that just you guys are genuinely excited about your own health. What a change it's made in your family. Jen, look at your dad. I mean, that is just amazing. He loves beautiful women. You can tell. He's got Sydney there. And then that's just wonderful, though, to see that health and all that you guys have done. So over the last couple of years, if you guys have been like paying it forward to others, like what would you say would be like one nugget? What's different about Take Shape for Life, or one nugget that you would say is just something that you would love to share with everyone else?
I would say that for Take Shape for Life, it's just brought in a whole new possibility into our life that we didn't think was possible before. And really it's trying to work on achieving optimal health. So we first started because I was feeling very unhealthy physically, and that turned into being unhealthy mentally. So getting started with program just because I wanted to change a few things about my weight led to so much more that I didn't really think it wasn't even on my radar at first. And then now it's just opened up so much more than just weight loss.
Mm-hmm. Another thing probably that I would add to that is just, really for as difficult as a lifestyle change can be, really the core of the program is so simple and it's easy. And that is something that probably kept us going and us on track with not only the health coaching factor, but keeping that routine going and having healthy habits turn into something that is your lifestyle. It's simple, and it's, with a busy, we've got kids, career, all of that stuff. You can still find time to be healthy and set yourself up for your future, right? Because that's what it's really all about.
I love that. Yes. It's amazing because I always think of this, it's amazing what having your first bar, starting on what you think your journey is going to be, what opens up and what is possible when you really actually allow yourself to kind of dream and then to just let other people dream with you and to really go for what you said, Casey, their optimal health. And Jen, you were saying optimal health, and health has come to mean different things to you now. So thank you guys so much for sharing. And really, thank you so much for just paying it forward to the group on the call that got to share, because you guys are helping a lot of people, and it's incredible to see lives change just because we're taking those first simple steps, Casey, like you were saying, and just sharing those with someone else. And even if we're busy, and even as difficult as it can seem to, we think a lifestyle change might be, this actually isn't that. It isn't that difficult. It's just one step at a time. So I love that. So what I'd like to just wrap the call up tonight by just saying, two things. Who is counting on you to be your healthiest? And, where do you want to go from here? So, we're moving into a time of the year when a lot of people are around family and friends, and there's lots of activities and things. Well, Christmas and the New Year is not that far away. Where would you like to be then? And who's counting on you to be your healthiest? And you've heard a lot of people share tonight about what health has meant to them and the changes that have happened in their lives. And I just would like to encourage you that if something resonated with you, just reach back out to the person that invited you. Reach back out. They'd love to have a conversation with you just to hear a little bit more about what you desire and what you'd like in your health. And I want to thank everybody who has joined us tonight, and everyone who's taken the time to share on the call. I'd love to thank Dina and Alice and Paige and Jen and Casey for hopping on and taking the time out of your evenings to share from your heart what health means to you and why you're so excited to share this with others. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like to even just know what this might mean for you. Okay? Have a nice night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Absolutely.